Hey world, Dan Brown here with the final Pogobat of 2018 and or the first Pogobat of 2019, however you want to look at it. So, as advertised, this is the first Pogobat with a brand new format that's a little more like a daily vlog, old school style format. I don't want to waste too much time in particular today because I have a 40-pound box of someone's magic card collection that they sold on eBay and that I bid $380 for plus shipping, and it just arrived, and I could explain like even more context, but you should just watch the video, and I'll be back in this shot, in this frame at the end of the video, so stick around and then you'll have the context for me to finish explaining what I was planning to explain. Anyway. It is a beautiful spring day. I am headed to the ultimate sourcing location for eBay inventory for resellers. It's called Rossi's Pop-Up Market. It's this abandoned movie theater complex, and the sellers at this like flea market are in the actual, like, I don't even know what you call them, in the theaters themselves. I'm gonna try to buy things for cheap that I could sell for more on eBay.
All right, don't forget Santa Claus is here right now in the middle of the main atrium. Bring the kids, bring the camera, get your picture taken with Santa.
Santa gave me a candy cane just now. It was the real Santa. A lot of the vendors have already marked up their stuff. There is one place, the place I got the most B-roll. I have to assume that the people that run it are just buying storage units at auction and then selling the obviously valuable stuff themselves and then selling all this stuff for, like, literally they just take a look at it. They're like, I don't know, I spent 60 bucks today there and I'll show you what I got. This is a PlayStation 2 Guitar Hero controller. I found a crossword companion roll-a-puzzle system, some DDR games. These are sealed blank cassette tapes. I have not sold any yet. I'm waiting to get a large enough lot so that I can list it for high enough, you know, that shipping isn't eating into my margins more than is an acceptable amount. A Super 8 8mm movie editor. I'll take it out of the box so you can see it. I looked it up on eBay. It goes for like 40 or 45, somewhere between 40 and 50, and I think I can get shipping also. And it has a note on like a receipt. I wonder if it has, yeah, it's a really faded out receipt. I'm hoping to have a date. It doesn't have a date, but chicken broth cost 42 cents back then, so. This is my favorite part about, you know, eBay arbitrage so far, is finding these little relics of humanity inside of these items that were previously owned. Need base, Space 10 Chicago lamps, I don't know what that means. Thermophore automatic moist heat pack. I've already sold 2 of these. I've only been doing eBay stuff for a month, but I found 2 of these at a thrift store a few weeks ago, and they sold immediately for like $35 each. An older generation than ours probably knows this brand and trusts this brand. They probably, you know, had this when they were our age, and that really helped them with the sore back they might have had. The Newlywed Game. Normally board games and the board game section of thrift stores isn't worth spending too much time in, but I do scan it because if something is still sealed, then it tends to go for a lot. If something's been opened, it's a board game, just think about it. Like, there are a lot of pieces, you know, you can't really, it's not worth my time to go through and check to see that all the pieces are there. Sealed board games, pick this up for $3, it'll probably sell for like 20 in free shipping, so not a huge margin, but, you know, anything that's still in the original packaging is worth looking up. This I got for $2 and it sells on eBay for like 40. I don't even know necessarily what it is. It's an HD radio kit, I guess. I got some Radio Shack AV splitters. Again, didn't look these up, but they give them to me for pennies. I haven't actually listed any phones yet, a month in, since it's been like November, December, Christmas holiday season. I've been prioritizing gift items. I've been building up, meanwhile, a bunch of like alarm clocks and phones and remote controls. Remote control, phone, remote control, remote control. He gave me these remote controls for 75 cents each. Phone stuff, remote control, phone. Oh, this is a camera. Again, I didn't look this up. You know, most places I would, like a Goodwill might sell something like this for $5 or $6, and I just noticed the battery compartment does not close, so I might just have to sell it as is for parts. It's just an item that is often donated to Goodwill, so they often have a bunch of them sitting around, and there actually is a secondary market for them. Remote, phone, remote, and remote. Finally, not 1, but 2, I think they're mechanical keyboards. I've been on the lookout, like the resale YouTubers that I watch are always telling you to be on the lookout for mechanical keyboards. I got these for $2 each. I have not looked them up yet, but you know, listen to this. Listen. This one also. Yeah, that's right. That's got to be. Point of comparison. This is my keyboard. Doesn't sound the same. It's not the same thing. I'm surprised my computer didn't wake up. Oh, there it goes. There it went. Like, it is a grind. It's not like you're making bank, but at a certain point within, you know, a capitalist system, you have to just choose what you do to make rent and pay bills. And I enjoy this because I like stuff. I like feeling handy, learning more about shipping and seeing the humanity in these items when there's like a little note or a relic of its previous owner. I knew I wanted a gig economy job because I wanted the flexibility to also do this and start building, you know, out a political life, because nothing matters if we don't start pushing our society to the left to save ourselves from climate change and capitalism general. So, engaging with this kind of capitalism to try to disengage from capitalism overall. It's life hack. It's a brand new day and Tracy's getting ready to go take on her holiday travels. I'm gonna catch up with her in like, what, 5 days? What day is it right now? It's Wednesday, and I leave on Sunday, so that's what, like five days? Thursday, Friday, the 4 days. 4 days! And I want to take the like 20 minutes I have before I have to drive Tracy to the airport. Roswell is very concerned. Roswell knows what it means when people start packing up bags. I want to round out this video, the last Pogobat video of 2018, or the first video of the 2019 format, talking about just what the big picture plan is for 2019 for Pogobat in the old format. I did talk about, you know, a bad plan being better than no plan for a progressive political change. And I have actually sketched out in more detail than I have to this point what my plan is for 2019. It's written down on a clipboard, so it's very official. January 2019, daily vlog style replaces desk style. We will continue to be documenting self-care, building new routines into our lives, and tweaking Pogobat. I mean, for me personally, getting the sauce exactly right with Pogobat is part of my self-care routine in a way. Then February through April, the next quarter, I hope to launch a Patreon account to build out another revenue stream. Once I've just done this consistently enough for long enough that there's like trust between us and trust from me in myself that this is something I'm going to continue doing. That I don't want to start asking you guys for money only to like flame out a month later and say, never mind, I'm doing something different with my life. I might want to start like a sticker business. I'm already doing a lot of packing and shipping, and you know, if I want to merchify my YouTube existence, stickers just seem like a good place to start. I've had a calendar reminder that I keep kicking week after week, and now it's become a New Year's resolution. Connect with my local DSA, the Democratic Socialists of America, and start organizing with them. I joined, which was a long time coming, back in November before the midterm elections, but I haven't actually gone to any of their events or done any organizing with them. So that's like a February through April thing. Somewhere in there I want to actually start engaging with them, organizing with them, and documenting that process so that you have kind of a template for your own engagement with leftist organizations local to you. I also, in February through April, want to pick a presidential candidate to support in the 2020 election. I think it's important to hit the ground running, and at that point we should know the basic contours of the Democratic field and should be able to, I mean, right now I'm leaning very heavily towards Bernie Sanders, shouldn't come as no surprise, but there are a few others that maybe I would consider. I do have a few reservations. We'll get into it in 2019. I don't need to explain everything to you right now. And then in May through July, I want to start identifying radical centrist Democrats in Congress and, you know, Senate seats and maybe governorships to be challenged, primary challenged. And there are organizations already doing that. Like I'm talking about Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez style from the left challenge of centrist Democratic candidates, you know, incumbents who have been in the halls of power for decades and have, you know, forgotten entirely how, oh, hey, baby. Justice Democrats is a group that does that. So May through July 2019, I want to really hey, baby. In May, I also want to launch a TBD summer project with the bats. I don't know what it is, but you know, as the weather gets nicer, as everything starts thawing out, as people start getting out of college for the semester, and then that's when we'll sketch out a rough plan for the following 9 months. You know, I don't want to plan too far ahead. And even with the change in the format here, the values that I came up with like 1 or 2 months ago are still basically the same, although I have updated them a little bit. Okay, I changed the last two. Instead of like, I forget what I wrote initially, but start by starting is the fourth value. That's something that I've always done my whole life. It's been the source of my greatest triumphs and also my greatest stresses, but I think it is deep down a source of strength, my willingness to just up and do stuff. And then grow the movement is probably just a better way of framing. I think previously I worded it as win back lost sheep. You know, I don't really care that much about, you know, fascist lost sheep. They don't need to come back, but we do need to intelligently grow what we're doing here. So, okay, remember 10 minutes ago when I promised you would then have the context for me to explain what I was going to explain, but I shouldn't have because I should just make you watch this and then explain now? Well, now is the time for me to explain it. I dropped off Tracy at the airport today, and then when I got home was when this package of magic cards was waiting for me that I'm very curious about, because the pictures on eBay weren't great for it. Like, well, I mean, whoever listed it clearly is not a Magic player. The story is they moved into a new house and who the previous owner had left their collection. I don't know, maybe they died or something. I don't know. But from the context clues of the random smattering of the cards that they did take pictures of, it looked pretty good. So I am like optimistic that I have much more than my money's worth in this 40-pound, $400 box of Magic cards, and I'm really excited to open it and see that. But first, I had to finish Pogobat, so I blasted through editing this as soon as I dropped off Tracy at the airport, which you just saw the run up. I did that I recorded that this morning. Not all of this was recorded this morning, but anyway, I'm gonna get to this now. Thank you for your time. I'll see you in 2019, everybody. This is the new format. Woo!